You are watching Access LaPorte County Channel 97. Coming up next is the October 9th meeting of the Michigan City Police Civil Service Commission. You can find more information for this meeting at www.accesslaportecounty.org.
So I want to call, today is October the 9th, 2024. I'm going to call to order the Michigan City Police Civil Service Commission meeting. At this time, can you stand for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Determine if I have a quorum today. I do not have a quorum. Call to order. Roll call. Scott Mansky. Leila Simmons. Here. Approval of minutes from the last meeting. At this time, I cannot approve any. I do not have a quorum. Would like to go into old business. Old business applications in process. At this time, we do not have any applications or anything in process. So we will move on to probation officer reports, and we'll turn this over to Lieutenant.
Well, thank you. We'll start with probation officer Dolph. He's doing well. He's operating on his own on shift 1. His probation period continues this month. Officer Alexander Henry, same thing. He's operating on his own now on shift 2, and his probationary period also into this month. Officer Fupa is down at Law Enforcement Academy. She's graduating November 15th, and she's doing well there. Officer Brandon Drake, he's in phase 2 of field training on the afternoon shift. He's on schedule, doing what should be done. And they'll be continuing for phase 3 of the learning program here on the midnight shift coming up in 2 days actually. Officer Kaselka, he's in phase 2 on the midnight shift. He's progressing on schedule as well. He'll start afternoons on October 13th and going to phase 3 of field training. Officer Jacqueline Leach Hinson is in phase 2 and she'll be transferred from the midnight shift to afternoons today actually. Officer Michaela Smallwood is currently in phase 2 of field training and he's on day shift. He's going to remain on day shift for phase 3 of the field training program. Officer Brandon Williams, he's in phase 2 of field training on the day shift and he will be transferred to the midnight shift coming up in 2 days to go into phase 3. Brian Woodman, he's doing well also. He's on day shift now on schedule and he'll go to afternoon shift today for phase 3 of the field training program. And a couple of other hires. Officer Hunter Miller is operating as a midnight shift and doing very well. As the same as Officer Jacob Schleier. He's another lateral hire. He's actually in phase 4, being used to all the streets again, etc. But he's moved on his own midnight shifts. And lastly, brand new officer Taken, just hired August 19th. He'll start phase 1 of field training on day shift October 14th. So everybody's doing
New business. Anyone have any new business?
Yeah, I mean, I think we have a few officers here that we'd like to recognize for some of their efforts. Modern Woodsman Financial had reached out to us in reference to their Hometown Hero Awards. So I think at this time we would like to take a moment and honor those that are with us in attendance. Sneak up here and read this fine stuff off again. If we could have Officer Paul, Officer Ewert, and Officer Raymond join us. Good, sir. And again, we'd like to thank the Modern Woodsman Financial for taking the opportunity to recognize a couple of or 4 of our officers, 3 of which are with us today, as a hometown hero. I'll read a brief summary of the event that took place earlier this year. March 10, 2024, several officers, including Officers Raymond, Officer Weigel, Officer Paul, and Officer Ewert, were involved in a shooting investigation. The officers assisted in this investigation and went to 1817 Kentucky Street, where a suspect in a recent shooting was located. Officers Ewert and Paul took positions at the rear of the residence. While in the rear of the residence, the suspect exited the back door. Officer Paul confronted the suspect by trying to speak with him, and the suspect retreated into the doorway of the house. Once in the doorway, the suspect drew and fired pistols and fired several rounds directly at Officers Paul and Officer Ewert. It was suspected and later confirmed that the pistol in this case was converted to a machine gun. Officers Paul and Ewert took cover behind a pickup truck and began relaying information to officers at the front of the residence. Officers Paul and Ewert stood their ground and maintained a perimeter in the back of the residence despite the gunfire. Officers Raymond and Weigel were at the front of the residence when the suspect fired at officers. They took cover behind a pickup and began to look around the sides in front of the house looking for the suspect. While behind the truck, several more shots were fired in their direction. The shots struck the truck in which they were taking cover behind and nearly striking them. Despite the incoming gunfire, Officers Raymond and Weigel held their ground and began communicating with other officers on scene and in the area. This was just the start of an 8-hour plus standoff with the suspect who barricaded himself in the residence. Officers Raymond, Weigel, Paul, and Ewert remained on scene the entire time for the duration of the standoff and served several critical roles throughout the incident. The suspect was later taken into custody and eventually charged with a series of offenses, including 4 counts of attempted murder. It should be noted that these officers are their actions are exceptional in service and keeping with the highest standards of the Michigan City Police Department. Obviously, we'd like to, congratulate them because their leadership and essentially great toughness. Courage is the word I'm looking for, right? To stand there throughout this incident and ultimately to take on gunfire, to stand there, obviously, to toe that line between essentially good and evil, standing up for what is right and wrong, and standing up for this community. Again, obviously, we wanted to recognize you guys again for your efforts in this event, along with the Modern Woodsman. Because of this, right, they're going to make, the Modern Woodsman Financial is going to make a donation to the charity of your choice for $100 apiece. So again, obviously, we want to just congratulate you guys and recognize you for your courage and your efforts in this event. So again, thank you and congratulations. Thank you. So, a couple pictures here. Thank you. All right, thank you. And again, obviously, I apologize. Chief Foley is stuck in court today, otherwise he would be here with us as well. There's one more recognition here for us too, but stand in front of the camera for that. We also wanted to recognize, unfortunately couldn't be here, Captain Greg Jesse. Captain Jesse has reached a significant milestone of his 20th anniversary with the employment at the Michigan City Police Department as of Sunday, September 22nd. Again, clearly reaching this milestone is a very special occasion. It is also a very special occasion for our department since it is testimony of your dedication to the men and women of the Michigan City Police Department and to the community. For the last 20 years, you have served the citizens of Michigan City in many capacities as patrolman, SRO, detective, supervisor, and commander. Your diverse career, leadership, and experience have been an example in which many will choose to follow. You're a valued leader, and your continued contributions are vital for this department to continue to be successful in our stated mission, vision, and values. In appreciation for your years of service, obviously we'll present you with this 20 years service pin. So again, congratulations to Captain Greg Jesse on reaching the 20-year milestone in his career. Obviously, it's greatly appreciated. Again, so
Let's go into,
other than that, again, we start our Citizens Police Academy coming up tomorrow evening, and that'll be, I think it's 7 weeks this year, through essentially going up to Thanksgiving week. Again, we're excited to have it. I think we have like 33, 35 participants this year, so a good class size. Again, we took a 1 year, I think, hiatus or 2 year hiatus for COVID. But now we're getting back to that, 35, 40 attendee mark. So we're excited to start that, and again, just give more of an insight, give some citizens an insight on, how we operate and do some things here at the Michigan City Police Department, some of the tools and the trade that we have at our disposal. So we're looking forward to starting that this week. Again, we'll be thanking our sponsors for that. And I know this week dinner is going to be provided by Galveston, so we'll give them a shout out for providing dinner for us this week, and we appreciate that. Helps us make that a fun evening for everyone to enjoy. Other than that, I don't really have anything else. I know Chief Corley in his absence today, he's in court for a case a couple years old, so he's in court all week, loving that. So I think that's all I have.
Just a few things. I'll run through the stats of September 2024. Calls for service 3,461. Case reports, we took 375. We had 191 arrests, 36 were juvenile, 115 were adult. Flock or annual Raven was used in 18 reports. It was tied in with several shots fired calls as well. Total shots fired calls were 42. Firearm seized was 23 for the month, 10 of which was from a school threat investigation that the shift investigations, everybody got involved with SROs and did a great job to resolve a serious situation safely. Shop with the Cop is scheduled for Monday, December 2nd, 2024 to be held at Walmart again. We will accept donations if anybody is interested in monetary value or however food, things that we can use to get the gifts for people in need. I know we don't currently have, there are some applications, I believe, Mr. Simmons, ready, so we would like to set a date for a higher date for November. We can discuss it shortly.
okay,
We do have a tentative possibility for a lateral as well to come in. With that lateral hire, if it got to that point, we'd only be one short. So we thought it'd be a good time because there are some apps available
Yes, there is.
to test it. We were thinking November 16th, but that's at your discretion.
okay,
Also, Hunter Miller, again, is a probationary officer with us. He's a lateral from South Bend Police Department.
okay,
He has over 4 months now. I think we're in agreement to remove him from probation. Usually we do that 3 to 6 month window. I think he's doing an exceptional job. So,
I believe the chief has a letter prepared, right, to recommend to remove him from probationary status.
Okay.
We'll make sure he gets that too.
Again, congrats to Monterey Woodsman and the officers that were recognized today. Again, another situation that, without their courage and dedication to citizens of Michigan City, that, everything turned out safely. They're all safe, even the suspect as well. So, can't say enough about their dedication. When they presented that to us, who they wanted for nominations for that, with their donation as well to the chosen charity, I mean, that first 4 people that popped in my head were these officers for that event. So I think it stands out as something that hopefully most will never have to deal with in their career of being shot at or have to shoot at someone. And They handled themselves exceptionally. And then again, congrats to Captain Jesse for 20 years. There aren't many with even more than 10 here at the department. You know, we're very young, but so we definitely need to continue to recognize officers who do hit those milestones of 10 plus years and getting close to LT over here with 32 plus. So hopefully we continue to have these officers stay for a long time.
Ending that report. Commissioner comments? I do want to say it's just amazing to watch Michigan City Police Department, how we have grown, how we are working together with our community. It's nice to hear that businesses are recognizing our officers. I am proud to be a Michigan City resident due to our police department and much growth that they have done, and it's just amazing the new officers that we come in, that when they hit the streets not as new but running for a career. 20 years into a job, I want to congratulate them because that is a very hard thing to do nowadays. So it's amazing to actually have to say I have did 20 years at one spot, including lieutenant at 32. I am very just saying his age out loud. We're gonna have go into public comments. No public comments.
Scott Molitor, County Place. I really have nothing to say today. I've spoken in the past about that incident on Tennessee that these officers are recognized for. I think that is probably the finest piece of police work I've ever personally heard of. I can't imagine the adrenaline of being shot at and the restraint it took not to shoot back. I find it's amazing that they didn't discharge their weapons after they were being shot at. It really does point out the thin blue line between mayhem and honest civilians. This was an alleged juvenile, somebody clearly troubled and out of control. I'm very glad the police made it home safe that night. And again, it's just an extraordinary piece of police work, and I too express my thanks to these officers for an amazing piece of police work, and I think it reflects very well on, again, the command staff and the training of this department. And I'm so thankful that we didn't make the national news that day for all the wrong reasons.
Yes.
And again, thank you for an extraordinary piece of police work. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If I could just add
Yes.
something. I know that FOP President Brian Wright has reached out to the membership, essentially looking for nominations, obviously to fill former Commissioner Bruce Krause's position as well. So
Okay.
I know that process is ongoing or currently under being sought, I guess, is that to fill that position. So just want to give you an update on that as well. So hopefully we'll have that filled.
Should have been filled by the next meeting.
My next meeting. Okay. So the next meeting is November the 13th at 11 a.m. and I will adjourn the meeting at this time.